Are we on the canal?
Yeah. Well, I guess we're technically underneath. Hold on.
Right down.
Nice. Excellent. Whether we're on the canal or on Twitch, we are here with actual play, Blaze in the Dark, the Wobeggong crew. Hello, all. Week 4, right? Is that right?
And we're still friends. That's awesome.
And we're still friends.
Yeah.
And we're coming back after the last score. Judd, do you want to recap? Let everyone know, or maybe Jay should. He could give his view on
Sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Charming killed everybody. It was awesome. It's a great time.
I think that's almost always the way
Charming's recap. I killed everything.
Yeah.
Willoughby got herself in trouble trying to scout out the potential crew that we were going to hit in the next job we were going to do for the Hive, and didn't do all that well in the charming of the people that she was talking to. So Charming had to do some charming of his own. She got herself kind of squirreled away in the bottom of a steamboat, and Charming caught sight of her walking with some people who were not so not the nicest people to be around. So he followed them, realized that there's about 6 people in between him and Willoughby. So he downed himself a rage vial and went into a killing frenzy.
What did that look like? Did you accept both consequences of the of not knowing friend from foe and not stopping until they're all dead?
Not stopping until they're all dead was the one I took. He was not to be trifled with, so he took out about 5 guys before he jumped onto the barge, where the 2 more dangerous, the captain and the gunner's mate or something like that, were there. And he ended up getting shot twice in the stomach.
Bear.
Yeah. Yes. What were their names?
I think it's Margette and Bear.
Yep, Margette and Bear.
So Charming comes running down the dock screaming at the top of his lungs, an old marine shanty.
I can just picture you going, oh.
I was actually thinking, because Melissa and I had just watched Breakfast Club the other day, and I was thinking Judd Nelson running down the hall, I want to be an airborne ranger. Just running down the dock, and he grabs like the first guys and like uses them as weapons to kill each other with, and then jumps on the boat and gets shot in the stomach twice. And then just kind of sits down where he is after the killing and lets Willoughby get them out of there while he bleeds.
I liked when he found out there was blood on his pants, and he said, "I'm not sure who's going to be more upset, my haberdasher or my physiker." That was classic.
Nice.
Classic.
And I have Charming's sheet up in Twitch, so everyone can see all that lovely stress and harm. That's how you know you're doing Blades right. When you're one stress away from trauma and you've got harm through the gills. You figured it out. You're winning.
Well done.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Like when I was a kid, I used to play a lot of really big fighter types. I mean, at one point in time, Judd asked me what happened with a character at 16 strength, and I told him, I don't think I've ever had a character with a strength that low. So I've been trying to back off that for a while. So it was nice to just let loose and just kill a bunch of guys. It's fun.
Yeah. There you go. Thumbs up. It was fun game. But now the heat is on. We're into downtime with a lot of heat, and we need to make a entanglement roll.
Yeah.
And
see how that goes.
It's gonna be something.
We're
gonna be starting something.
Gonna be starting something.
Got to be starting something.
Entanglements. So yeah, you're on you're on the Heat 6+ table.
Yep, we're on the fun table.
The fun table.
Where are we?
Not the Heat 6+ table.
But our wanted level is still 0, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. So
we got to bring Kyle with us at some point. Just want to put that out there.
Yep, you do have Kyle, the one-armed engineer.
Yep.
So I'm gonna make a entanglement roll. And let's see what that looks like.
Oh. It's a good thing or a bad thing?
2.
I think we should be getting 0 dice because we're 1 to level 0.
Oh, really?
Not
So
that
it's 0 dice. Okay.
Yeah, so it's 2d6 take the lowest. Not that
Got
it
it.
matters because we're on the bad chart, but
Right. That's good to know. Yeah, you are correct. Sorry about that.
no worries. All good.
I didn't-
It's not intuitive. You wouldn't think to roll 0 dice, but
Yes. Yep.
Are you crazy? I just rolled 0 dice.
Yeah, keep on doing
right.
that.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't think that there was a way to get a result out of that. Oh, great. Wonderful.
Wow.
Awesome. I'm so happy that I
Oh my
told you about
God.
that, Judd. I'm so glad I said, hey, you should re-roll that with 0 dice.
So
That's-
sucking works for us.
Why do you help?
Yeah, I am a lawful rules lawyer, right? Like that is whether it's to my good or ill, I feel compelled to follow the rules.
It was a high roll in this a bad thing?
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, generally, yeah. A 6 is an arrest. It's
Oh.
it's
No,
not.
at least
a good
we knew
thing.
where I was last time.
Yeah, I think a 6 is an arrest on this table.
It is.
I'm going off of memory, but an unrest is as bad as it gets. Like we might lose a crew member. We don't love Kyle, do we? You were just saying,
You know, we brought Kyle on board because he was an engineer.
right? I mean, I can
And
make
what do we
another
use it for?
character. Mod showed up, solved the ritual of the altar, and
Then disappeared into the Deadlands.
All right,
well,
guys.
not if this goes down.
We're gonna jump right into this mofo right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
God.
do it.
All right.
So, Maud and Scannon come back to the crew, come back to the hotel. Charming is sitting there with the score like laid out on a table on like bags of in like the night. Actually, it's not bags. It's a nice lacquered box from the hive,
Nice.
and
Classy.
he's been gut shot, and it's like all down his pants and into his shoes, which is how you absolutely know that something's really wrong, because his clothes are a mess.
I'm going to walk up and
right.
say the laundress is going to be very disappointed in you.
No, that's a very good point.
Mm.
And you hear from the bottom steps, "Hello, lads."
When are we going to get a door?
Maud sort of shakes her head. Maud shrugs, like, "Yeah, it might not be a bad idea."
Wait, we have a door sitting up against the wall over there.
Last time somebody randomly appeared.
I'm coming up. My name's Edlin. I'm a blue coat, but I'm not armed.
I'm going to take a blanket and put it over me just to cover the blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of step back into the shadows, maybe behind the altar even.
Maud is going to slide the lacquered box, like pull some of the burlap that was covering the altar over the lacquered box, so it looks like it's stuff that came out of a cargo. You know. In fact, I think she's going to pull the box and just drop into that crate that's full of like packing material and drop.
Oh, there you go. Now you're cooking with gas.
There you go.
All of us scatter to try and hide the evidence in like the 2 seconds that we have.
I'm coming up, lads.
All right then. See, Charmin, this one's a gentleman. He let us know that he was coming to enter. He didn't try and sneak up on us. Didn't go well for the last one who did.
I'm sure he can never tell what time it is, can he?
All right. So this gentleman, he's a blue coat, and he's got like the blue coat on him. He's got sergeant stripes on. He's an older man. He doesn't have a weapon on him. All he has is his lantern. And
yeah, that makes me suspicious.
And he says, "How do you do, lads? My name's Edlin, and Listen, you've been doing well for yourselves, but the heat is on, and the magistrate is making demands. So before they send in a squad with the arquebuses and the the billy clubs, they send in me to see if we can just do this nice like.
We like nice. We're amenable to that.
All right. All
Hey,
right.
take a seat, have a bit of sherry, mate.
There we go. Being gentlemen. Professionals. Professionals. That's what I've heard about y'all. You're daring, but you're professionals.
Right, you don't have to put it on so thick, mate. Take a seat.
So, Edlund, they say they send you first. And what is it that they're hoping you're coming back with? And she like takes her very meager, like nothing coin pouch and she shakes it. She's like, I'm sure it's expensive work. Keeping these streets clean. You got to, hey, I read in the papers that you were needing funds for better weapons and having a better blue-clad arsenal. Is that what you're looking for? A contribution? A donation to the cause?
All right. All right. Yeah, milady. Yeah, that's true. We can do this one of two ways. You can pay with coin or you can pay with time.
Right.
Now, the magistrate we've got, I think we can pay him off with 3 coin.
Wish
That's
he was here.
That's a pretty price that magistrate might charge. What's his name? This magistrate we could pay off with 3 coin.
No. We're not getting there. No. Now, maybe you can't pay that after the jobs you've been doing. So then one of you should just come with me. It won't be that long. Won't be that bad.
I'm
And
going to
then-
say from behind the altar, and is that a gentleman's promise, sir?
Do you come out from? You like come out of the
No,
shadows?
I
or
don't
you
come out of the shadows.
You're still hiding. So that's engendering of trust. A random voice from hiding in
Behind
the
a goat
shadows.
altar.
Especially from behind the gold altar, yes.
Quiet down, goat. He's not really a goat. I don't know why. So.
He says, I'll do everything I can.
Well, Edlund, you have to see we'd be happy to do everything that we could as well, but as you mentioned, we are daring, and sometimes that comes with a cost of its own. My mate here, he's a bit ill, and we have to see to his humors, make sure that he's in right fine shape. He doesn't pass away in the night. So, could we have a moment to confer amongst ourselves?
Of course. I'd be disappointed if you said anything else. I'll give you. Actually, he takes out, as if he's ready for this.
God
He
damn it.
takes out an hourglass and he turns it on the table. He says,
See, this is professional.
this is a 5-minute. I'll be back when the sounds go down. And he starts whistling a song and walking down, and like he takes his lantern. And
Right,
he
make
goes
sure to
down
close the door
stairs.
behind you, mate. Right.
He
Nice one.
he moves the door off the wall and in front of the doorway.
Good.
I'm going to put up a frame and some hinges at some point.
Sets in place. All right. First order of business, once we've measured this order of business, is getting a damn door.
Yeah.
But
Great.
but that's a steep price that magistrate wants, but I don't know what else we're going to do. We're not, I mean, we could hightail it out of here. And then she looks at the goat altar and she's like, nah, we can't do that. This is our home.
Speak for yourself.
What is just concerning is look, we know exactly how much the coin is. We don't know exactly how much the time is.
True. Yes. Well, the thing is that I'm hoping that if I could possibly pass the time off with them, it might expunge some other things from my past.
Are you really looking to fall on this sword, LaCroix?
No, I don't think it's falling on the sword per se. I just think that I really I think of it as hiding in plain sight. The Bluecoats already want me, and if I'm already in jail for a different reason.
Now, you don't think that they'd take this opportunity once they have you of
well, they don't know it's
any
exactly they
personal
don't know
vendettas?
I'm not sure that they know it's exactly me the whole time.
Well, you can't have it both ways. You can't satisfy their bloodthirst without giving them the opportunity to take a bite. I mean, if they know it's you, it could be bad for you in there. And
I
if
know,
they
but
don't
I can't help but dangle the tail down from the tree branch.
Wait, mate. So you want to go in? Is that what you're saying?
I was saying I was going to go in to free up you and Maud to take care of your unfortunate laundering situation.
Right. So here's what I think.
All right.
I'll give you my 2 cents, as it were. So we've made a lot of money in the last few weeks with all of us working together, right?
True.
You and a clink, maybe you don't make as much money, right? We lose
That's an excellent point.
a nice slice of change, as it were, but we also lose effectiveness.
Well, but to put it another way, we spread ourselves out. I mean, we're not going to be a serious crew until we've got someone who's been on the inside. Nobody takes it seriously if you haven't spent any time in the hook. I'm a dirty scove, and I know that. You know, we've got to earn our cred on the streets. Having one of us been inside, it isn't necessarily bad.
And I'm
a
going
bad thing in the end.
At this point, I'm going to hop up onto the table and crouch in front of Charming and go. Besides, we're nothing if not daring.
I like you. I do.
Oh, darling, you know I feel the same.
What about yourself, though? Are you able to keep the others off your back while you're inside?
Oh, it's very hard to get a hold of a Dagger Islander who doesn't want to be gotten a hold of.
Oh, that's true. I've got.
But we gotta send you in there with some protection.
Right.
And the thing is, okay, if we do this, and you're doing us a great boon to take this heat, but the least we can do for you is take some of this filthy lucre we've accumulated, spread it around, and make sure the folks in Ironhook know who we are, know who the Wobeggong crew are, because otherwise they're going to eat you alive. Mechanically speaking, you make a roll when you go in to see how well you suffer being in Ironhook, and the roll is your tier. So I would say, yeah, but let's make sure we bump ourselves up to tier one.
Gotcha.
So that you're not rolling 2 dice, take the lower. Although in Judd's case, it apparently turns out to be awesome. Because you can get good results in Ironhook or really crappy results. But it's based on a tier roll. So.
All right.
Sounds
Is there
good.
any way to up his chances of doing well on that, like spending coin on him or blowing a guard?
There's a move called Jailbird, which is a spider move. You can take as a veteran advance, and you count as a higher tier. It basically makes you individually better at serving time. But I don't know that Scannon is the place where he has enough XP to take a move, and if that would be a move you'd want.
I think Kyle is totally willing to blow a guardsman to make sure everything goes well for him.
Oh my god!
Well, I knew we could call on Kyle for things various times.
What?
So,
no, I'd like to X-card that.
No,
I'd
what's
like
wrong
to
with you?
I'm
remove that
Gin
content
before
from the
games
game.
for you.
No, I'm calling no on that, please.
Okay.
Sure.
We're all got to hear each other's thoughts.
If it
That's
makes
fair.
it easier
That's
on my
fair.
time in, I mean, I think we should consider all avenues of possibility here.
Yeah.
So Scannon, you're walking down and turning yourself in.
Yes. Oh, and I'm giving you guys the coin to make sure we can up the tier.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You're gonna give us out of your stash to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I think Jay, if you're concerned about Charming having enough coin to heal, I think if we deplete all of our stashes, we're actually gonna have a little bit of extra coin left over, and that hurts to be totally broke again. But tier one is really a really significant boost for us. So I think
Nice.
we have enough that we can. Yeah.
Cool. So what I'd like to do is, Scannon, you walk downstairs,
Okay.
and Edlin says, "Mr. Crow, you're coming with me."
I believe that I shall. It seems that my time, my time is better spent with you.
All right.
Are you carrying the hourglass?
Yes.
Holding his little hourglass?
And I hand it over to him.
Still a few minutes left. He puts it into a pocket, and he holds the manacles out and says, "I'm sorry, but these are a must."
Well, I hold out my arms to him.
He clinks them on you, and he brings you out to the blue coat barge, and he is the last friendly face you see in 3 weeks.
I'm sure.
He basically hands you over to the barge, and like the other blue coats are like, "Edlin, I don't know how the fuck you do it." And he goes, "You just got to talk to these scoundrels like they're people." And they
at that, I'm going to cock an eyebrow and look back at him. I'm half tempted just to slip these, slip these manacles.
he takes the silver out of the air and says, "Good night, lads." And you're shoved onto the barge, and you have a shitty 3 weeks.
There you go.
Let's roll that and find out exactly how bad it is after the other downtime activities.
Okay.
And then we'll bring you back on, and we'll say that, because basically with a wanted level 0, I can either say that you're out for 3 weeks, or for a few weeks, or that you take a level 2 or 3 harm, and the cops just beat you and then put you back on the street. I'm going to say that you're in the system and that you go to jail, because that seems to be more what you guys were interested in.
Now, my big question is this: there is a clock about the blue coats wanting me.
Yes.
Can I erase that clock then?
Yes. I'm good with that. Yep.
Yeah, that feels like it's a legit thing to serve up.
Can he take downtime action while he's in jail?
No, I'm going to say that's what he's sacrificing. He's sacrificing his downtime action.
Yeah. That's fine. My stress isn't bad, and I'm in fairly good shape because of I wasn't in last week. So
cool. Let's do other downtime. Jay, what do you? So we spread money around, and we get the Wobeggong crew up to tier 1. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. So Jay, I'm going to take away the 1 coin that you had. I'm going through. I'm leaving your stash for now.
I already erased the 2 from my stash. So.
All right, I'm taking 1. Is it fair to take 1 from Willoughby, Judd, or would you rather us not take 1 from a character?
No, go ahead. I think that's fine.
Okay, taking 1 from Willoughby. I'm taking. I should probably put this on the. Well, I can't put all this on the. I can't do it fast enough to get on the screen. Of the crew, I'm taking. I'm clearing my stash, so that's 3. Pete, you cleared Scannon stash, that's 4. And of the crew, why can I not sooner pull it up? I'm clearing the 4 that the crew had, so that makes 8. And what that leaves is Charming. You have 1 in your stash. That's where it is. And I think Willoughby doesn't have 1 in her stash. Did she spend that? She did. She spent that on the last score where she spent her stat. I think, if I remember the actual play out. So that's amongst all 4 of us, there is 2 coins sitting in Charming stash.
Right.
There you go. All right.
So the other thing, we also got a crew advancement, so we should talk about what we want to spend that on, and
absolutely.
then do some downtime.
Nice.
Okay. Also, we get a +2 stash when we get a +1 tier. So we just we could have 2 more in our stash. Is that what that means?
Oh yeah, we should all have 2 more in our stash then.
Yep.
When we
we should all?
Yeah. Everyone in the crew gets it.
And your heat is wiped out too because somebody went to jail.
Okay.
Really somebody went to jail, Judd? Really?
I can't remember who.
I don't remember his name.
I don't know. He gets wiped out when your wanted level fills up, but I don't know if he gets wiped out when you go to jail. I mean, I'm happy to take it.
Just read that. I thought I just read that.
I think double check. It's not that when your wanted level goes up.
Stop helping.
I like the
When
idea
one
that
of your crew members, friends, contacts, or a framed enemy is convicted and incarcerated for crimes associated with your crew, your wanted level is reduced by 1, and you clear your heat.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
Thanks, John.
Where
I
is
didn't realize he was so kind to us.
where are we recording our heat? Is that on our crew sheet?
It's on the crew sheet. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm on the crew sheet now. If you want to follow.
Yeah.
along.
I
Looks
am
like
too.
it looks like someone just cleared it.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Next to coins. Got it. Which we have
Yep.
done.
All right. So the crew has 0 coin. It's cleared its heat. Well, that's see, you just helped us so much right there.
But we've got to figure out what we're going to do with our XP.
Yeah, with the
Yes,
crew
we got
advance.
advancement.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So I think last time we were talking about renegades and about leverage, or we can take 2 upgrades. So we can take 1 special ability or 2 upgrades. The upgrades include things like having a layer that is secure or hidden.
Right.
Just throwing out there, or having training. Right now we have training in prowess. We could train in insight, resolve, or personal, which means when you take the training action, you get 2 XP in that area instead of 1. Or we could improve our tools. Right now we have tier 1 tools. We have tier 1 gear, weapons, implements, supplies, etc. We take quality weapons, and we have tier 2 weapons, for instance. All of those are options on the table.
Right.
So the secret lair thing. Tell me more about this. This sounds kind of far fetched to me.
There's 2 different versions of it. Well, there's 2 different upgrades. One of them is secure. That means we have security measures, people, traps, locks, etc. The other one is hidden, which means it is not well known. So we'd be erasing it off of maps, or we'd have moved to another location that is more.
I like secure. I like that idea.
Cool.
I kind of like the fact that we're easily found right now. That kind of appeals to me.
You like that people can just find us easily. Yeah, I think it's kind of cool too.
But I think if we make it secure, I think that's going to be what actually Charming is looking for.
Yes.
Right.
So
people
not
can't
that he
just
wants us
walk
necessarily
in.
secret. He just wants it secure.
Yeah.
I like the idea that you guys put heavy duty doors onto the place after.
Right, because that's what we said we were going to do.
Exactly.
So there's 2 security upgrades we could take. I mean, we get. When you take a crew upgrade, you get 2. So a secure layer is your layer has locks, alarms, and traps to thwart intruders. A second upgrade improves the defenses to include arcane measures that work against spirits. So if we wanted to blow both our upgrades on that, we could have physical and arcane methods, which mod could certainly, I think, reasonably provide. Or we could take a different upgrade in like having a workshop, having quarters, like a place for us to sleep. Improving our vehicle, improving our implements, our training, any of those jazz. I think quarters would be cool as well. I'll do like an actual construction project while the crows in the clink we work on.
I like that.
I like that too. It'd be nice to have a little something to come home to, so to speak.
Yeah. I did just call this place home, so
Yeah.
We really need to use the blackjack on a job at some point here.
Yeah.
I mean, we went out of the way to get it.
Pretty badass.
And have an engineer.
Right.
Right.
Well, I'm all for moving stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, I think we should definitely. Cool. So we've got our.
Well, smuggling was our first idea anyway, right? That was what we were aiming to do.
Yeah, we get a bonus to those. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then suddenly we got all bloody, and I don't know why. Why would that happen?
I can't imagine.
I can't either.
Awesome. We've got quarters, and we've got a door on this joint.
Nice.
Neat.
It's like we're
real criminals.
It's like we're real criminals.
We're a proper gang all of a sudden.
Yes.
One of us has been in jail, and we have a proper hideout.
Cool. Jay, what is Charming doing for his downtime?
I'm getting me gut stitched up, and I'm getting a fucking manicure. So yeah, I'm gonna try to burn off some stress, and I'm also gonna try to heal up. Those are my 2 actions because anything else would pretty much be suicide.
Right.
I think it makes total sense. You don't have vigorous, do you? No. So you should clear all your gear too. Just for when you're
I always walk around in my heavy armor.
Yeah, right.
Really?
Well, the point is, you could always walk around in it.
No.
Note that heavy armor takes 5 load. It's both armor and heavy.
Oh, I thought it was just 3.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's 5. It's brutal.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much all I wear, except for the free stuff. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I forget how to do this. I know I read it. So let's do the healing first.
Yep. So you've got a Physiker as your buddy on your sheet.
Yeah,
You've got Sawtooth.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's a friend even.
Yeah.
Yep. He's done this once or twice before.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Cool. Yeah, and he's got a little boat of his own, and he kind of goes around the canal. He's a little traveling doctor, and you know his route, so you hail him, and he pulls his gondolier over to you, or his gondola. He says, "You look terrible, Charming."
And they call me Charming. Hello, mate. I'm confused as to how is it you do this better in a boat what's moving the whole time than on land, but I'll take it. Let's stitch this Gulliver up, all right? And I'll tell you a couple of stories.
I don't understand how you're walking around, to be perfectly honest.
Well, what I do is I put one foot in front of this one, and then I do it again with this one, and I keep on repeating the process, as it were.
Is there, when you're doing it, or is there like one foot that like drags slowly? It's like one move's fine, and the other one like
I
is
sometimes
dragged
have
along.
to pick this one up first, but yeah, there we are. Bob's your uncle. So I was under the opinion that my Gulliver was stronger than a bullet. Not the case. I'm not sure if it's still in there, but sorry. I think people like to race motorcycles in my neighborhood.
Nice.
He sounds good. He says, I haven't seen a shot this bad since I was in the Navy. Have a seat, lay down, bite down on this. He puts a stick in your mouth.
I'm looking at it. Is that the only stick you got? I see clearly there's some bite marks in it. Cool, mate. We can at least wipe it off, can't we?
I put it in the canal water just a little bit. It's perfectly fine.
No, right. That's fine. Thanks.
I can just see him being like, do whatever you want with it, but it's for you, not me.
And let's
I see Charming being a little bit of a baby. You know,
as a dandy in a lot of ways. He's very dandyish.
He is. But especially when he's getting stitched up, there's a lot of
And I'm just gonna make a 2 fortune roll, yeah?
Well, you decide whatever his level is, but Jay should get an extra die for him being contact. Whatever
that's
you
what I
consider his
figured.
baseline, yeah.
Yeah. I figured 1 and then 2.
Mhm.
Yeah. Cool. 2 dice. Charming recovery roll.
So can we just go with the 6 you did earlier?
It's 2 plus 2 times 2.
So yeah, he stitches you up, but he says it's going to take time, Charming. I'm sorry, that's the best I could do.
Right. Well, it is what it is.
So that puts 1 tick on your clock, on your 4-tick clock.
Mm-hmm.
You can spend another action to do it again, or you can spend coin to up it. I wouldn't spend coin to up it because upping it would only up it by 1, and if you have taken another action, you can do better than 1. But otherwise, you're still gonna have level 3, which is a rough way to start a score.
Right. Yeah, mate. Look, I'm not trying to well, you know, could you just work on it a bit more? I think I could still see the bullet in there, and that's the problem. I think I'm not a doctor. I don't want to do what you do, but I think the bullet should be out of me gut, right?
He stops. He says, "You haven't taken the bullet out yet?"
No, that's why I came to you, mate.
What is wrong with you? How? He unstitches it and goes about it again.
Hello, ones. I know you're coming. You might as well just.
Just get it over with.
If you can just get a 6, you'll be sad.
Whammy.
That's all you need.
Oh, is that all?
Well, they'll give
Oh,
nice.
that's a 5.
Yep. That puts 2 more on.
I'll spend a coin.
Right.
Yeah, and
And
if
that
you
finishes it.
and
Yep.
if you spend a coin, that'll do it again.
Yeah, basically, like you give him some money and he gives you some drugs, and he says, "Here, as your
Lord.
doctor, my recommendation is don't get shot in the gut. Definitely
Where
don't
should
do
I-
it twice."
Where should I get shot then, mate?
In the head.
I was going to say, if only Scanner were there, he could have gone, well, anything above here would just be fine.
So Grace is gone.
Grace is gone, and Gutshot gets reduced to a level 2, which can be renamed as healing, recovering Gutshot or whatever. Stitched up gut wound. The bullet is out. Whatever.
I'm gonna go broken ribs.
Makes sense.
You got the bullet out, but I'm still banged up inside.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. After having to undo his stitches and dig around back in there, I'm sure it's not a pretty. I'm sure your innards are not a pretty place.
Maud,
Must've
what are
been-
you up to?
Well, Maud was going to go ahead and try and reduce heat for us, but the crow took care of that.
Took care of
Yeah.
it. Right. It's okay.
So I want to presumably Charming and Willoughby told the rest of us the deal with the hive. Like,
Yes. Yeah,
is
yeah,
that-
yeah. That's all communicated. So just to go over a little bit about what happened last game is you did a job for the hive, you got paid for it, but you also found out from the crew, from the Foghound gang, who Charming and Willoughby eradicated, 3 out of 4 members, and then some, that and all their cohorts, that the hive does buhuman trafficking with Skovlander refugees. And you have like an address for their warehouse. Willoughby was of the opinion that they should keep doing work for the hive so you can figure out how to F it up from the inside once you've gotten more leverage. But yeah.
All right. I mean, like my gut instinct, Sean, as a player, is to be like, no, down with the hive. However, I've already established that Maud sold out her own people and like worked for the accuracy in the Unity War.
Right.
She's never been very strong-willed with regards to pragmatism versus ideology.
Yep.
So she is very much in favor of stopping this, but agrees that like we can't. There's no way. Like, yeah, I want to stop it, but there's no way we can take down the hive. They're this huge, giant conglomerate. We don't know anything about them, so we need to find out about them. And she is tacitly at least going to agree to do this. And so what I want to do is find out dirt, weakness, any kind of inside information that I can about Cross Pritchard. He was in our company for a while. We knew that he went to the Golden Bee, was the place where we like dropped off the note.
Yeah,
and Maud is not a slide. She is not super smooth, but with our improved with our crew going up and spending these resources, one of the things she has done is gotten a set of clothes that are not completely drenched, heel to toe, and where she can be presentable in night market, at least looking like a low-level scoundrel rather than someone who doesn't have a place to sleep at night.
Yeah.
And so I'd like to dig up dirt on Cross Pritchard. That maybe start with a gather information role and then turn into a long-term project, or go directly to a long-term project. I don't imagine that it's an easy thing where I just like find information on him. But
I'm gonna say it's a 6-part long-term project. I think we'll go right to that.
That sounds great.
And you'll put that on your sheet?
I'll put that on my sheet once I find it. Oh, I was like, we have all these clocks, but they're not. They're on the crew sheet.
Yeah.
Dirt on cross. Richard. Okay. So because I want to show Maud both out of her element and perhaps in her element, I'm going to start on this by talking to folks, by going to night market and trying to play off that, like, oh yeah, we're totally cool. We're totally down with the hive now. We've done this job. Yeah, bee symbols and shit. We're good. And I want to consort with the people at the Queen's Bee and see if they will like let slide anything that that I could use against Cross.
Cool.
So I'm gonna go ahead and roll consort.
Sounds
for
good.
the. All right, this is gonna go great because it's I have 0 dice in consort.
You can do it.
Oh wait, I'm looking at charming. Hold on. I mean,
That's why.
Mod has 0 dice in consort too. There's nothing new here. I just should at least roll on the right sheet. But I am contemplating pushing myself. No, that's fine. I'm happy to roll 0 dice.
I think it's risky and standard. Yeah.
I was just doing it as a downtime action. I was
Downtime action. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I was.
It's not an action roll. I got it.
Right. I mean, I normally do it as control, but it technically it's just ticks on the.
Got it.
All right, 5 and a 2. That could have been a 5, but it's a 2.
It's not. Yep.
So yeah, so I get 1 tick on the clock. Does that yield any information? Does it get me started, I guess?
Yeah. You know that Cross Pritchard is relatively new to the hive. Like he's not an original member, and that he's on the rise. That like his star is clearly rising.
Awesome. The next scene you see with Maud, because I'll just go through this quickly, is what happened to all the dead bodies, guys? What did we do with all of them?
Oh, from the job.
Yeah, from the Foghounds.
Yeah, actually, so there were some that were left on the docks, and
Awesome.
then there were a bunch that were dumped out at sea. They actually asked, like, Goldie actually asked Willoughby and Charming to like not dump them in the canal, but to like go out into the bay a little bit and dump them there, and they did.
Oh, they did not. They didn't want the gondoliers to.
Willoughby did. Charming sat there and bled. But yeah.
Was that all?
if it is reasonable, and this incorporates a little. This is basically Maud doing this as a flashback.
Yeah.
Where she's like going in and like talking and like clearly out of her element. She doesn't really know how to like. She gets this really like very surface level information about Cross, and then as a flashback, this is Maud after the score where she's dragging one of the bodies off the docks, and we see like her flop it onto the altar.
Yeah.
And this is when she like pulls out the knives and tries to commune with the Saint of Witches to find out to offer up, because presumably this is a body and the ghost hasn't passed. I don't know if that's what they want. You know, you kind of said like it depends on whether the body dies on the altar or whether or not it's sacrificed to her. So this is probably the weakest form of sacrifice because it wasn't made in her name and all that jazz. But nevertheless, I'm going to give this up on the altar to see what the Saint of Witches is a really vengeful god. She's been wronged. She's been forgotten. Yeah. And I want to find out what vengeance she might have in mind for this trafficker of children, having 13 children of her own.
Right.
So I'd like to do the same work on the same clock, but this time with a tune.
Awesome.
And is that Devil's Bargain to become the high priestess of the Saint of Witches still on the table for you?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Then I will take that Devil's Bargain.
Totally. Let me know how many ticks you got, because then Yeah, it's a clock. You're working on it.
Right. I think I don't have it on mine for some reason. I think
Yeah,
it might be on the crew.
I've got it on the crew one, but you can take it on yours if you want.
I think that makes sense. How much is it?
It's a 6-segment clock with 1 click taken off.
All right. So I'm going to take another one for the Devil's Bargain. Is that fair?
Yep.
Cool. All right. And what was the name of it again?
Maud becomes High Priestess of the Goat Matron.
Perfect.
You're my favorite goat lady.
Okay, so now we're murderers and cultists, but we're still not smugglers.
With how fucked up I am, I think I'd be happy to smuggle something next time around.
Yeah, I'm just. I mean, hey, we each have our ways, right?
Okay.
And because he hasn't come in, and I sort of want to bring him in. I want to as part of this, I want to use certain spirit essences that it might be tied to, like spirits with spirit essences are sort of carved up ghosts that have little bits, and I'm going to get spirits or spirit essence of like gossipers or spies or whisperers or like people who are in the secrets, because I have my buddy Flint, the spirit trafficker.
Yeah.
And I'd like to, mostly I just kind of want to bring Flint in, but I'm also definitely doing it for the die as well. But like, I ask him to, I tell him that, I'm in the need of information, and I have a wealthy patron who is willing to pay highly in the form of services if she can be appeased. I allude to the goat matron as a source of power without fully disclosing it. Is that enough to get him to?
I mean, he's a friendly.
He's my close friend, right? So I'm not lying to him at all. I'm just not fully like going, oh yeah, hey, welcome to our finally secured lair. Check out our lair.
No, I picture you meeting him at his place, which is an alley where he lives. That is, he's got altars to dozens and dozens of different saints and goddesses and gods from all over Duskfall and all over Akaros. And he says, nice. The goat matron.
Yeah, is she present in his?
I don't even think she is. No.
Nice.
He says, I haven't heard word of her for ages. My grandma used to talk about her.
She's been forgotten, but forgotten no longer. She's powerful and seeks vengeance on those who have done her wrong. And I can attest that there are many who deserve her vengeance in this shithole of a city.
I'll help you in any way I can, love.
It's good to have you Flint. I'll make sure that this comes back around to you, and that when you're in need of retribution, Maud will be there for you. Cool. So I'm going to just a promise, to murder somebody for him. Effectively, that feels like it's a good trade. So I'm now tuning, and I'm gonna take 2 bonus dice, 1 from the Devil's Bargain and 1 from Flint.
Sounds good.
And all them dice and still a 5. All right.
Yep.
So that puts 2 more ticks on that. So it's now I'm halfway on my dirt on Cross Pritchard.
Yeah.
What is the sorry to keep going at you for information, Judd, but what does that look like with what do I learn from during the sacrifice?
And what was it? You were asking for something like what kind of revenge would the goat matron perpetrate on the
Cross? On the hive, or exactly like what Maud is trying to get is dirt on Cross, but I think the way that translates when she is making the sacrifice to the goat matron is, in what ways are the hive, who in the hive is deserving of your retribution, and in what ways are they weak against you? Like,
right.
like it's obviously it's not quite the exact same thing, but I figured this is all kind of culminating to eventually her having a little bit of leverage on Cross.
You flash to you have a vision of yourself, and it's the same kind of carpeting as the hotel that you guys are that the HQ is in, but it's really well set up and well appointed, and you're above ground. You're like above ground in Brightstone, and from the balcony you can see warehouses, like specific warehouses on the docks burning, and Cross Pritchard is standing next to you, and his cigarette falls from his mouth as he like loses his cool, and you're smiling, and there are people behind you, like Brightstone socialites, with goat masks on and knives out.
Nice.
And like that's the vision the goat mother gives you.
Awesome. If I can add one tiny detail, if the cigarette falls out of his mouth, I'd like to land it in like a little puddle that's on the the balcony or something like that,
Cool.
and have his cigarette go out as we see the flames from the if that's beautiful.
Awesome.
Okay, so without giving every single detail, but giving the pertinent things, Maud will say that she is trying to find. She agrees that we should keep working for the Hive, and that she is going to, in the meantime, find out what leverage we might be able to get over them, so that we can crawl our way up, and not just be their gophers. But for now, this place is a shithole, and it's all we got. And we're gonna have to make do. Besides, the crow is supposed to be coming back, and I think that's it for downtime, right?
Yeah, that's it. Let's roll downtime. Pete, you want to roll one die? Let's see how it goes for you.
Oh yeah, roll for
Roll prison time.
prison time.
What do I roll, and how do I roll something into them?
Just make a fortune roll, and it's just going to be one die.
Yeah, and when it says insert value, you can just say like incarceration or how the crow fares. Basically, if you can roll really well, we get turf in the prison. If you roll not so well, you take trauma.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah. Balls.
Okay.
I blew my 6 earlier.
Yeah. It's
Judd
horrific.
blew all of our 6s.
Sean blew all of your 6s. Let's be right. Let's give credit where credit is due.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah. All the 6s.
So
I'm taking them.
yeah, Scannon, I'm not going to tell you what a bad 3 weeks in prison looks like, but it's a bad 3 weeks in prison. You can kind of
gonna save you that.
You can kind of give us an idea of what was bad by telling us what trauma you take, because you suffer a level of trauma. Right? Am I right about that?
Yep.
Trauma would, yeah.
Yep. So you take one. You don't have trauma right now, right?
No.
Yeah. So you take one trauma, and then you pick one of those cold, vicious, haunted, obsessed.
I'm gonna take cold.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And the worst part about it was being in such tight, close quarters with so many other people, and really having to kind of stake out my area. You know, stake down my claim in the cell that I shared with 19 other human beings.
Yep.
And letting them know that I forget how Jay put it, that even though you can't see Scannon, that doesn't mean Scannon isn't there.
Right.
Yeah.
The last day you're in prison, an old man is ushered to your cell, and he says, It's tradition. Some of us get iron hooks tattooed on us to show that we've been here. Do you want one? And if so, where?
I think that I shall take one on my left inner forearm.
And yeah, he lays out his gear. He has like a leather apron. He lays it out, and yeah, he gives you an iron hook on your left inner forearm.
There you go.
I got a chance to see how that really gets done, like how it got done in the old days. It's like a piece of wood with like a nail on it. You take a hammer and you start whacking on the wood, and you go around. And you make the
you dip it in the ink and then knock it into the skin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yikes! Yeah, yeah. No electric needles for us. Well, at least not in Iron Hook. So to Pete, the cold reads: "You're not moved by emotional appeals or social bonds."
Okay.
And and you play up your trauma as much as you want, and if it messes with your life, you get XP.
Fantastic. As it should.
Yeah.
Cool.
Should we take a break and then jump into a score?
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. Let's do a quick score.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I like that. All right. So we will be back soon.